Welcome, horror fam, to HHN 365, a Halloween Horror Nights podcast. My name is Mike, and I'm here with my co-host, Duff.
Hey, guys.
And our producer, Niko.
Hey, howdy, hey.
As always, you can find us on Twitter and Instagram at HHN 365, and you feel free to leave us a voicemail at 407-906-3405. On today's show, we'll be seeing just how much Niko has learned about basic HHN knowledge in the past year of producing an HHN podcast. Before we get to that, we do have some news.
We do. Not great news, honestly. So you probably heard Johnson & Johnson. They're not really administering those shots anymore because 6 people had blood clots after 6 million had been given out. So that makes sense. Yeah.
They're doing like a temporary hold.
Yes, correct.
Evaluation.
Regardless of whether you think that's should be the case, it is the case. So let's talk about the possible impacts of Johnson & Johnson stopping as of now, and what that could mean for theme parks and HHN.
It's going to slow down the vaccination rate, obviously, there.
Of course.
But, you know, the U.S. government had already secured at least 300 million of Pfizer and Moderna for there. So I think this was just an addition to like getting people vaccinated more quickly in that way.
Yeah.
So I don't think it throws off the original plan. I still think there's still going to be, everyone should be vaccinated. At least a good majority should be vaccinated by July, which leaves us open to there. I looked into it a little bit more today about that. And, you know, you take whatever the White House says with a grain of salt. I mean, it doesn't matter who's in the White House. You always need to take whatever they say with a grain of salt. But like I said, they did order 300 million of the other ones, which is enough to get everyone covered. And plus, Johnson & Johnson was already looked at to be like the lesser vaccine anyway.
Yeah.
So I know people were staying away from it automatically. So I don't think this is going to be as big of a hindrance as that people were expecting it to be.
Well, I think
it's still bad, but
its longest term impact is going to be exactly what you said, and it was already kind of viewed as like the worst of the 3 we can get in the U.S. And after this, I think when and if it is rolled out for us again, I'm not sure many people are going to want it. So it'll slow things down a bit, probably, but it's not going to get to the point where it's going to affect HHN. And honestly, it's not going to stop the theme parks from slowly reopening as they are.
No. And if that news came out a day before, Dollywood would have still made their decision. Or actually, HHN Family Entertainment as a whole would have still made their decision.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. It doesn't change anything. And again, it's not going to slow it down enough to the point where, like, we aren't vaccinated well before HHN. So, Niko, you clearly don't think it's going to change much in the landscape of theme parks. I also don't. Mike?
No, I agree with you guys, which is why I didn't say much. I think come October, anyone who wants to be vaccinated will be vaccinated, and it won't affect Halloween Horror Nights in the slightest.
And then continuing the bad news, in my opinion, as Niko mentioned, there was a decision made where in Dollywood, they're easing the mask restrictions. And by easing, they mean don't wear them outside. You don't have to.
Yeah, optional to wear outside.
Like already, which is insanity. And also no temp checks, which have always, like, it's going to stop some people who had it from getting in, but it's mostly performative for the most part. So that one doesn't, bother me as much, but masks, come on. Right now, it's absolutely need to be worn. This is a bit premature.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's a little bit of a shocker. I will say that it's what I just got back from Dollywood, and people it was like half and half if you were wearing a mask in outdoor spaces anyway. So I feel like this policy is just kind of more lining up to that particular park's clientele's usage of masks. So it just kind of lining up with the enforcement and usage that was already being used. So I don't know how it'll affect other theme parks. That's going to be interesting to see if other theme parks now relax. I don't necessarily think they will. Not necessarily the Orlando parks.
Yeah, we've talked about how we want to see the first one to do this, who that would be, and if the dominoes would start to fall. I don't think Dollywood doing this is going to impact Disney and Universal and, theme parks of that level.
Yeah,
I don't know if you'd agree with that. But
Legoland already had a similar policy to this at the moment, which was pointed out to me a couple of times like that. And Fun Spot, we don't really. Fun Spot's an FEC more than it is like an actual theme park. So that makes sense there.
Yeah, Legoland's enforcement of masks were shoddy at best from the beginning. So they were the last to require them, and they were, from what I understand, were never quite enforced.
So apparently this is how UK parks operated last season. Was with this similar one where it's masks. You don't have to wear your masks if you're like outdoors and you're socially distant, but once you get in the queue lines, you have to wear it there, which lines up to why Legoland would do that, because most of Merlin, who owns Legoland properties, are in the UK. So,
and how many times did they go in and out of lockdowns?
Yeah, that's also true with that. So I was very surprised to see that April was going to be the one. I was going to say at earliest May, a major theme park in the United States would have done that, because right now both Cedar Fair and Six Flags, I believe, are still masks at all times.
Yeah, I
except when eating or drinking.
They will continue to do that if I had to guess.
Yeah, Cedar Fair probably more than Six Flags, to be honest. Just from like how one handles safety than the other and public perception. That'd be my guess. But I mean, I can go ahead and probably safely say that Disney will be the last one to require to let go of masks.
Yes, and I think Universal will probably be around that same point.
Yeah, they'll be the last two. Yeah. I almost said for sure, not for sure, but I think it's very likely.
I have a feeling that I hope maybe the two will come together and figure out a date, so they can just do that. So it can just be easier on guest services on both ends.
Yeah, that wouldn't be. Can you imagine someone who was staying at Universal one day and then went to Disney and they suddenly had to wear a mask? They'd be furious.
Yeah, I think it's in both it's in both companies' best interest if they just contact each other and be like, all right, let's agree to roll out policy the same day, so there's nothing there, because then you'll have like Disney still requires it, I'm not going there, but if Universal and Disney both pull the trigger at the same time, yeah, I could definitely see that happening.
My problem with the Dollywood policy, and why I think it will probably not happen in the Orlando parks, is that it's so convoluted. Like, it's hard for an average guest to know when they can and cannot wear a mask. If you look at it, it says you can wear it in an outdoor space where you proper social distancing can take place. But if you enter a queue line, or if you go like all sorts of different stipulations that you have to put the mask on, no average guest is going to follow those rules.
No, I mean, it sounds like they already weren't. So they weren't.
If you go indoors, you have to put it on, or if you get in the queue line, or if you and enter or exit the park, you have to put it on.
Oh, they're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And something tells me Dollywood's not gonna care.
No, unfortunately. A wonderful park, but it's an odd decision for them to make this.
So tying this into HHN, which we should obviously do, I think we all believed that there was at least a decent chance that you'd still have mask usage of some sort come HHN. Does this happening as early as April change your thoughts on that?
No, because I think HHN is one of those things where like proper social. Dollywood's line is like, oh well, there are places where proper social distancing, can take place. Halloween Horror Nights, I think, is going to be one of those things where it says like, well, like, especially if we think characters in the streets are coming back, masks are going to basically be a way to have it so social distancing does not have to take place. I think social distancing will be the first thing to go when it comes to HHN, not mask, if I had to guess.
Yeah,
I do agree with that. But to play devil's advocate, this is happening now just under 5 months away from the event starting. Are we expecting that consistently through the parks, or is it something that they're just going to be like, well, for HHN specifically, we're going to do it this way?
Ooh.
On that note, though, Duff, can you imagine if they were like, okay, like, so before you enter like this house, like, put on that mask, like, you was fine in the queue line that you weren't wearing it, but now you have to put it on. Like,
no, I think the enforcement will be so shoddy that it's almost pointless.
Yeah, like, or like the people who are like in the houses, are they supposed to be like stop you and be like, hey, your mask, pull up your mask, or oh, put your mask back on. Like, I think it's just going to be one of those things where they're going to say, they're going to have to decide, are we going to enforce masks, or are we just going to say it and ignore it? Like,
do you think it'll be a rule or a suggestion?
I think it will be a rule that's not enforced.
Okay.
Because it's so hard to at HHN. I think it's going to be one of those things. They're going to have the rule, say that you need, and make sure when you go through security that you're wearing it. And then from that point on, maybe when you enter the house, they'll make sure you're wearing it. But other than that, I don't think they're going to do much.
Now, my only argument towards that would be, I don't believe any of us agree with what Dollywood did, but the fact that there is a theme park currently already relaxing mask rules, again, basically 5 months away from HHN. Yeah, exactly. Obviously, it's starting. It's going to hit our park sooner rather than later. Do you think it's going to take another 5 months for that to happen?
When HHN is concerned,
I just can't. I don't see how, if that's the case, if that's what happens, if we're to the point where Universal is just like, yeah, maskless, whatever, at the park, I don't know if that's going to be the case. But if it is, I just don't see how you do that during the day. You're like, all right, but once it hits, 6:30 and you're entering these gates, you're putting it on.
Well, it's just the nature of the events. You're going to have.
But what's the difference between
characters in your face, and
what's the difference between jammed in a queue with other people if there's no social distancing during the day?
Well, I think they're still going to try to enforce social distancing.
I thought you said that in queue lines. You think only?
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to regular, like in the parks, I do think they will enforce social distancing in queue lines. But I mean, I don't know for sure. Like,
I mean, yeah, no, none of us do. And I mean, the thing is, I was kind of I think us two shared like pretty much the same guesses of what would happen. But stuff like this happening is definitely making my thoughts on that shakier. And I'm not as confident about what I thought before. And I feel like, not necessarily that I want that to be the case, but I feel like we could legitimately just get a full-on HHN, pretty much. Like, no just restrictions, no really restrictions, at all.
No masks.
Looking at what's happening and how far out we still are from HHN.
If you're not vaccinated,
think about it.
Yeah.
A worst case scenario, we'll have had all adults having the opportunity to be vaccinated by July, still a couple months before HHN. And by September, if you haven't got it, you're probably never going to get it. So that's kind of like, when is the world going to start putting itself back to where we were? Mm-hmm. Are they going to wait? I don't think they're going to wait on people. I just don't see them. They'll say, all right, we've waited long enough. Everything that need to be done is done, and if you don't have the vaccine, too bad.
It all depends on their polling data.
Mhm.
If their polling data shows that guests are going to be okay with being in the parks without a mask if vaccines roll out, which I haven't received a Universal survey in a while. I'm just spitballing here, but I'm pretty sure
They will.
Universal is asking. If Disney's
They will.
asking these questions, Universal
They exist
is.
too. I know that they do have the surveys out there like that.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at social media, Facebook in particular, of course, and you look at comments on anything Universal post or Disney post, half the people in the comments are just like, well, how about you just stop making me wear a mask?
Yeah.
But you can't really go off of
Well, no,
what people
no, you-
say on Facebook.
You can't, but it's pretty
Yeah.
consistent across social media.
Okay.
So, I mean, obviously, it's not a full representation of what crowds at the theme parks believe. But I think it's also a sign that there are a lot of people who are very vocal about not wanting them anymore, which I'm happy they have not caved in to this point. But once things are, a little safer, they're going to cave at some point, is what I'm saying.
Right.
I can probably go ahead and say pretty confidently, probably no plexiglass at the event.
Mm.
Yeah, with the Dollywood news that dropped like that, and more recent news that also that like plexiglass kind of doesn't work. I think that plexiglass won't be in there.
The science behind the plexiglass hasn't shown anything great for using plexiglass recently.
Masks, yes, but no plexiglass.
And with the addition that, as of now, they are saying that scare actors will be wearing masks during the event. Also, another reason that they could potentially get rid of plexi. So,
yeah.
Again, this is something we talk about basically every week at this point, and it's kind of moot because we're still, again, 5 months out, and we have no idea what's going to happen. Again, Universal probably doesn't know what's going to happen. So, we're just kind of talking out our ass, making somewhat educated guesses.
Yeah.
We actually had some
movement this week. Yeah, we actually had some movement with Dollywood and HHN Family Entertainment doing that. So
this is true. But that's not all we do, Mike. We also quiz our producer who doesn't know a lot about HHN to see how much he's learned in the past year of producing an HHN podcast.
Yeah. So, Duff, you called him out, I would say a couple episodes ago about Niko liking to pretend like he doesn't know anything about HHN. It's kind of his shtick that he does. We wanted to kind of put him on the spot and see just how much he actually does know about HHN from the last year producing the show, how much he's actually picked up.
Really quick, Niko, if you want to give people your very brief history with the event in case they aren't aware.
Sure. I've only been to one night of HHN 29. And I did a couple days of HHN Light, like the first day and that. So I did the Beetlejuice house, Tooth Fairy, and Bride, and I did all the houses at HHN 29. So I am at 13 houses there, with Universal Monsters being my number 1 and Killer Clowns from Outer Space being number 13.
But you do have just a tad more history with HHN, and that's that you love Art of the Scare.
I do love Art of the Scare. Yeah, and that's really the only other connection I have to it was Travel Channel special from 2002, Art of the Scare, with the caretaker riding the Pennyworther around Islands of Adventure.
Right.
So, which I enjoy a lot. That was a great year for me. That's such a great year for a lot of people now that I say that, but that was a great year for cable television.
And for the last about 52 weeks, once a week, you've been listening to two guys, sometimes more than two guys, talk about HHN for a solid hour or so. So let's find out how much you retained.
And no keeping your shtick up. You got to be honest. If you know them, say it.
If you know it, you say yeah. Exactly.
This is no bits. This is a no bits zone.
Yes.
I do expect you will know more than we imagine, but still not a lot.
Yes.
Because the way we laid this out, we actually have 15 questions for you. They're split into 3 different categories. The first 5 will be pretty easy. Then you'll have intermediate. Then you'll have the more difficult ones to finish.
Okay.
All right. Duff, do you want to kick it off?
Sure. So starting out with The first question, this is pretty appropriate as a first question. What was the first year of HHN called, and what year did it take place?
1991 was the first year, right? In Florida?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay. And it was like,
and all these questions are about Florida, so that's why he also assumed
so
that.
Universal Horror Nights, right? I'm close.
Nope.
No, I'm not close.
Different name.
Oh, I know the year. I just can't think of the name. Universal Haunted House Experience? No.
And
Not it. Yeah, no. I don't know.
it was Fright Nights, man.
Fright Nights. Oh, okay. All right.
I see. I thought you'd get that one. I'll be honest.
All right. At least I got the year right.
You did. That's something.
Fright Nights.
You get nice half credit for that.
Now I hear it. Yeah, Fright Nights.
So sticking with Fright Nights, how many houses were there, and what were they called?
Oh shit. 4 houses, right? Or was there 2 houses? It's an even number.
Think about it. First year, Fright Nights.
See.
First year, Fright Nights. Oh, geez. First year, Fright Nights. I'm going to say there were 2 houses, and one of them was called and I think one of them was a Universal Monsters style house or something. I don't know. I'm really drawing a blank here.
That's actually not a bad guess.
Not a bad guess.
With the Universal Monsters. Yeah,
right.
But incorrect.
You are incorrect. There was only one house, and it was called Dungeon of Terror.
Dungeon of Terror. Okay, yeah. I remember that from when we were talking about that recently, going through house locations like that. Dungeon of Terror. And then it came back in 2000 multiple times. Yeah.
Yep.
One of them was in the Jaws queue, right? Or no, Earthquake queue. No, Jaws.
Yes. There was a Crypt Keeper's Dungeon of Terror held in the Jaws or the Earthquake queue, but it was mostly held in the Jaws queue.
Correct. Right, I feel like you're going to be kicking yourself a lot. I think a lot of these you might not know off the top of your head, but when we say it, you're like, "Yep, you've said that many times."
They're easy for you, not for me.
Well, yeah, that's why we made them this way.
All right. Next one.
This is the basic HHN fan would consider these easy, medium.
The basic HHN fan knows the first event and knows the first house at the first event.
The basic the basic fan who's listening to this podcast, not this person who pops in the Facebook group once a year. Correct. Yeah.
All right.
Someone who has listened to over 52 at this point 52 hours of people talk about the event should know these things, right?
All right. Niko, I think you're gonna get this one. I believe in you. Who was the first original icon, and what year did they first appear?
I'm gonna say it was Jack, and that was in 1994.
You're half correct. It was Jack, but it was not till 2000.
Oh, okay.
But that was just an added one. You do get full credit on that one.
All right, cool. I know Jack was the first one. That I do know.
Yeah, I knew you'd get
Interesting
that part
you
for
say
sure.
1994. 1995, they had the first official icon, and that was the Crypt Keeper, but he was an IP icon. And I don't think they
Maybe
necessarily
that's what I
called
was
him.
thinking. Maybe I was thinking.
I don't know if they necessarily called him an icon. The word icon started later, but he was the icon of the event.
Okay.
Do you remember any of the marketing we've showed you of Jack from 2000? The picture of him on the swan boat on Lake Eola?
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah.
Okay.
Most of the time, I'm listening to make sure that the things sound correct. And if I hear something or notice any dead air is when I'll try to help out there. I'm trying to make sure that the ship is sailing pretty smooth.
Hey, you got the question right. Don't worry. You got it right. And you got 2 more easy ones to go. So let's see what else you get. Take it away, Mike.
All right. The next one is, How many years did the event take place at Islands of Adventure?
3.
Is that your
Is
final
that your final answer? Work it out loud. I want to hear what you're saying here.
I am. All right. So 02, 05, and 2001. I can't think if there was a fourth. I definitely know there's at least 3.
So
I'm
you think
say 3.
that they went back to? You think they definitely did it in 02 and 05?
And 05, and I think they did it one more time. I'm pretty sure they did it 3 times.
Okay, so 3 is your final answer.
3 is my final answer.
Well, incorrect.
It was yes. It was 4, and they did it consistently from 02 to 05. So you were on the right track, but they did it in 2003 and 2004.
Okay.
Yeah, 2003 is the one with the also wacky one that did Treeks and Foons and
that's what
Booville and all sorts of weird stuff.
I got my date correct. I thought one year it went one way and then went another. So that's where I got
there. 04 was the split year, so that one is kind of confusing, but it was also held in Islands of Adventure.
Okay.
All right, this next one's very personal for me, so I need you to get it. What is the land ruled by Terra Queen known as?
Is it Terra Quintus?
That is correct.
Hey, see, I know
there
that
you go.
There
All
we
right.
go.
So,
I'll say that enough.
Yeah, I think we do.
I can just get that through osmosis.
So, from our first round here, you, my friend, picked up 2.5 points.
There we go. There we
go. Not bad. That's a 50-50.
It gets harder. It gets harder.
We'll see. Maybe he's better at this stuff.
Okay, we'll see. All right. The next one is, what is the name of the asylum featured in the Psycho Scarapy House series? We've definitely mentioned it multiple times.
Many times.
Yeah, y'all have, and I guess I never know what y'all are talking about when you mention that. I'm gonna say Bedlams and Boomsticks.
and okay, I won't even say it.
We said
that's something that should be bleeped out, but you can leave it in.
Bedlams and Boomstick. Yeah, off.
All right.
All right. Well, it's actually
bleep my pun. You need to bleep his pun.
It's it's Shady Brook.
Shady Brook. Oh, so that's what you're talking about when you mention that.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Shady Brook.
All right. Moving on. What is Cindy's significance or connection in HHN lore?
She is an icon of some sort.
Well, she's a scrapped icon.
She was a scrapped icon who was scrapped for Lady Luck, right?
And no, but they retconned her story. They retconned her story and made a connection to HHN. What was it?
Was it they retconned her story and it is anything to do with Cary, Ohio?
Nah.
I know that place. No, all right. Okay, so Cindy was scrapped.
You're gonna kick yourself for not knowing this.
Yeah, because you definitely know it. You just don't know you know it.
I being put on the spot for trivia, I am not like 100% on.
Mm-hmm.
I just like draw blanks.
Just throw something out there. A connection to HHN. How?
I'm gonna say that her connection to HHN is via I have no clue whatsoever. I do not know.
Cindy is the caretaker's daughter.
Oh, okay. The caretaker's daughter. All right, yeah, because that makes sense.
It does. Sort of.
The
Well,
ca-
it's a retcon thing.
The caretaker's daughter.
He's a loving father.
Yeah. He knocks on your door at 2 a.m. to make sure you're all right. I remember the funny shit, like Zombie Graw and that, but like the Dungeon of Terror. That's so fucking generic that like, why am I supposed to remember that shit?
Because
I
you're
know
an HHN podcast now.
you know how much information I know about a lot of other things.
Yeah.
This is like a black hole for me. Like anytime this comes up, I'm like that.
And we are fixing that.
Yeah. All right.
You're now a haunt boy, as you like to say.
Haunt boy, haunt lad.
So let's get some haunt lad knowledge going.
All right.
Why was Eddie scrapped as an icon?
Because Iron Maiden had a dispute with him.
Come on. Give us a serious answer.
Oh, that was my serious answer.
Oh, well, let's pretend it wasn't and try again. How about that?
Was it Megadeth then? No, that's not Eddie.
So we give him a hint.
Eddie was scrapped because he was too gruesome.
Okay.
That's actually correct, but not
That's kind of correct.
Let me give you a hint. He was a scrapped icon the year after Jack premiered.
Okay.
Okay.
I see. They replaced him with a Hooters pin that said 9/11, let freedom wing. I see what they did there.
Well, yes, I see you know the correct answer.
All right, yeah, 9/11. There you go. Never. Yeah, hey, you know what? They say never forget. I forgot. So.
Oh my god, man. But yeah, I mean, technically he was replaced because he was a bit too gruesome.
Yeah.
and they made Blood Green that year. So.
I feel like Norm Macdonald, like laughing and 9/11 in the same sentence.
All right, we're moving on.
All right.
What is the name of the former house location where you can now find Starbucks, Niko?
You were called out for this one.
Oh,
on the show.
That's the alleyway where Skid Row, that area.
The building name, not the alley.
Building name. Minzers. Now, fuck, what's the name of that place?
You're getting letters right. I know you know it. It's just not coming out.
No. Fuck. Fuck. I can draw it. I can point to it on a map, but I can't think of the name. It's that fucking triangle area. And they put a hotel there. They put like a hotel themed house there. And yeah. But what the fuck is that location called? Like Miners Alley, like
something
alley.
The alley is called Sting Alley. We aren't asking We're asking for the alley. We're asking for the actual house location.
The actual house location's name.
Which the names you were trying to say, you were on the right path.
There's like a lounge around there. Oh fuck. I am a fake theme park fan. I am embarrassed.
Would you like to cave in?
What is it? Yeah.
Nazerman's.
That's right. God damn it.
All right.
This isn't a bid. I'm pissed off right now.
You literally got called out for that exact thing 2 weeks ago. I can
put it on a map, and I can show you that. And I knew what we were talking about. I just couldn't remember.
You were bringing up Sting Alley, so you definitely knew where it was.
Nazerman's, yeah. God damn it.
Well, let's see if you know this one. What is the rope drop opening ceremony called?
There's a name for that?
Yes.
Yeah, more. It used to be mentioned more previously than it is now, but it has a name.
It definitely used to be a thing. Now it's not.
It's sort of a thing, but it's less of
a thing.
Is it like the Master of Scaremonies?
Ooh. So you're extremely close.
Scaremony, like opening Scaremonies?
You ding.
There we go. I knew Scaremony was in there because that's silly enough to play in there.
Well, Nico, we have finished the intermediate round, and you picked up another 2 points there. So
There
you
we
only did a half point worse than the easy one. So that's not bad.
So now we're gonna get personal.
Oh fuck.
How much do you know about us and HHN?
Oh boy.
Like our histories. So, Duff, do you want to take?
Yeah, I'll ask yours. So these are things we talk about a lot. So Mike will be offended if you don't get this. What is Mike's all-time favorite house?
Oh no.
It's like the newlywed game.
I think this is on our HHN 365 bingo card.
Oh.
We find a way to bring it up every episode.
You know this. Just think about it.
I know.
We're on a cruise ship.
It's fuck, what's your favorite? What is your favorite house? Fuck.
Let's try to narrow things down. Do you remember what his favorite year is? He says that even more often.
His favorite year is 26, right?
I didn't actually attend. No, that was the year my
It's
daughter
the year
was
you
born.
didn't attend. Fuck, I'm getting the numbers mixed. There's so much. There's so much HHN. In fact, there's 365 of it. So come in around and listen.
I don't think the year would help you anyways, because I don't think you would know
what year. I know 29 wasn't your favorite, but you like a year in the 20s. I know that. It starts with a 2. Sorry. I can't remember. Was it 27? Fuck. No, it wasn't. I think it was before. Fuck. God
it was my second year attending and the first year of my college program.
First year of your college program. Slaughter Cinema? Is that your favorite?
What?
No, it's not. No, it's not. I don't. What am I thinking? I don't fucking know. I'm not the host. I just make sure it sounds good and we can record all right.
What year do you think he did the college program? You did it with him. His second one. I did it
with him. His second one. Yeah.
Okay, so what year was that?
I don't know when Slaughter Cinema was. I just know that
we're gonna work through this. So, what year did we do our college program together?
All right, we did our college program in 2012. Okay, I believe your first one was 2010 because you skipped a year, right?
I did not.
Or did you go? You went straight 2011. I went back to back. Okay, so you did go back to back. That's where the things get fuzzy. This is a long time ago.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck. Okay, so it was your first. It was 2011. What was things like in 2011? What was popular back then?
There was a certain.
It's not an IP. Is it an IP house?
No,
it wasn't.
I'll give you a hint. There's a certain aesthetic style that was very popular back then, for like movies and stuff like that.
Which is sending him down a rabbit hole that I don't think he would actually. Like, it's not like a style that in any other instance, I would like. So I don't know if that's going to help him.
It's a style that also exists currently at City Walk.
The Red Coconut Club? Right?
Yes. You got it. You got the Bob Marley theme down. So you got it. The Pat O'Brien's theme.
The Pat O'Brien. The Hurricane House, right? It's like Scarecrow got destroyed by a hurricane. See, I know things. I'm just getting these like black curtains in front of me. Who am I, John Massari?
You just dropped no.
I don't get the reference to black curtains in front of John Massari.
Wait, who the fuck is that guy out there? Cut this out if this is wrong. Fuck, I think I just
Do you think John Massari?
I get the names.
Runs down.
Oh my god! No, the Hollywood event.
Hollywood event.
Who
John Birdie.
That fucker?
John Massari.
Oh come on! They both start with John.
John Massari.
We had John Massari on our show.
I know. I shot a shot and I missed. All right. God damn it! No, this John M. Okay, that is a very common mistake. If I'm not a fucking nerd in here, God damn it! God,
this show is getting better and better.
ah,
All right.
shit.
Do you want to end the misery real quick, Mike?
Yeah, that is Saws and Steam.
Saws and
Machine.
fucking God damn it! You talk about that shit all the time. Yes, of course you do. But no, when I'm on the spot, I can't fucking figure it out.
I bet you have a newfound appreciation for everyone who does our trivia.
God fucking damn it. Yeah, like I'm definitely no HHN wiki. Holy shit.
Yeah, don't worry, no one is so far.
So fun. All right, well, I'll ask Duff's personal question.
Mine doesn't even take actually knowing the name of anything, so that's going to be nice for you.
Yeah.
What is the first year Duff attended the event? He talks about it quite a lot.
I know he does.
He's talked about like what house is.
You know, I got to set up
did.
my gatekeeping. I'm kidding. Jokes.
I know. I'm thinking through here. 16?
Holy shit, that's correct.
Yeah, that's correct.
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
Sweet 16. That is right.
16.
There you
that's how
go,
I remember
Niko.
that. I remember that. I was like, come on, I know this.
Which unfortunately I did not also turn 16 that year. That would have been
Yeah,
pretty
it,
nice
was,
for
it,
me.
it would have been very close for you that time. I knew it was when you were a teen, and I was like, I'm pretty sure it's 16 there.
How old were you at that time?
14.
Duff?
14, yeah.
All right, next question. And this is going away from us and back to the event for the last three. What was your favorite show that you never actually saw, so you don't have an actual opinion on, but you think you do? What was Bill and Ted's Excellent Halloween Adventure final year?
That was 2018.
That is incorrect.
Oh, and fuck,
Close.
then it's 2017. God damn it.
Yeah.
There is a bonus question, so you can still get a point out of this.
Shit, I missed a year. I knew that.
What was its first year?
Its first year was 2005.
Oh no, that's quite a bit off.
That premiered in the 90s?
It has been around since HHN 2.
Oh shit.
It has been, yes. It is.
Fuck. I knew that one too.
Yeah,
I was trying to remember. It was like, because I was gonna try to go that year, but things came up for that why I couldn't go that year.
I thought you had it. You were so close to.
I know I was. I'm very mad at myself.
All right. Well, I
for some
think
reason I thought it was the
All right.
year after.
I think the next one you have a real shot at.
Yeah,
one,
we've
because
talked
there's
about
something
this
that gives it
multiple
away.
times. Yeah.
And two, it's more one of those kind of goofy things that I feel like you
Yeah.
remember.
Oh, absolutely. This is, if you remember the weird shit. And this is right in there. Which HHN house was based on a reality television program?
Oh, Fear Factor.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know that one.
Nothing.
Yeah, that was at the Jurassic Park Discovery Center in 2000 and
Don't think that's correct.
2003.
It was in Jurassic Park. It was in, I believe,
No, not
Thunder
Discovery
Falls.
Center. It was at
Terrace.
the restaurant, the
Yeah,
other one.
Thunder
Yeah,
Falls
Sorry,
Terrace.
yeah, I knew.
Yes.
As soon as I said that, I was like, that's not right. It was at the other one, the Chorale, whatever the fuck.
And it's
Thunder's
known
Falls
as
Terrace.
being maybe the worst house of all time.
Ever of all time. Yeah, I remember
Well,
that.
That was very good. I think you answered that, which is our second to last question with the most ease. So we're gonna. I think we're gonna do this again, but like with goofy questions instead.
Yeah.
All right. The final question. What was the HHN parade most commonly known as?
The HHN parade. The Zombie Gras? No.
I like that answer, but
No,
'Cause,
no,
like-
it wasn't Zombie Gras because Zombie Gras.
kind of because it was an
was a
overturned
stereotype,
parade float, but no, like the
that's
actual parade.
No, actual parade that they
I
did.
think I'm gonna give you half a point for saying that. That's pretty great.
The blood and the Fuck, the HHN parade. Jack's Nighttime Jubilee.
It should have been.
Festival of Fears parade.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're getting warmer.
That's very warm.
Something of Fears parade.
Is that the part you got right?
Festival of parade.
Festival of parade.
Festival of horror.
Uh,
Festival of terror or
Yeah.
screams. What other generic scary words are there? Festival of blood and guts.
Oh, you're getting so warm.
The Carrie homecoming parade.
oh
Carrie
God.
The Festival of Gore parade. No.
You're so close.
Festival of Guts, Festival of Bones, Festival of Blood, Festival. Fuck. Oh fuck. I throw it in the towel. What is it?
All right. Festival of the Dead.
Oh, Festival of the Dead. Of course. My bad. My mistake.
Well,
there.
what's his final score?
Well, I did give him half a point for saying Zombie Girl because, like, you know what? He was technically kind of right there. That wasn't a fully wrong answer. So it looks like your final score. Oh, you did pick up 2.5 points in the toughest one. So congratulations.
Yeah.
So out of 15, you got 7 points.
Oh boy. Hey, that's
not bad. That's not bad.
We're not multiple choice. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Proud of you.
There we go.
You should
No, you're
Mike's,
not. I am embarrassed.
You should have got Mike's all-time favorite house right, though. That's the worst one.
I should have gotten that right. I am terribly, terribly sorry I did not get Saws and Steam correct. That will haunt me the rest of my days. I am now like, when I'm going to be going to bed, like randomly one night, and I'm going to think back to this time and be like, remember that time you couldn't remember Mike's favorite house and you felt like a fucking dick because of that?
I don't think Mike took too much offense to it.
It had like Niko. I don't know if I ever said it. Kind of had like a BioShock thing going on.
Yeah,
like it's
steampunk was the
every single.
Yep, it's a 365 bingo for sure.
Yeah. God damn.
Thank you for getting my question right, though. I appreciate you.
Yeah, that one I had to do math on. I was like, well, it's not this. I was flipping between 16 and 19, and I realized 19 was like too late. I know you went earlier than that.
Well,
I like how you said, well, think of the year Mike's favorite house was at. I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I know. I realized that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, come on. It's like that. It's like that Tim Heidecker sketch, and I Think You Should Leave when they're playing charades. And it's like, name a musician, and it's like some fucking jazz musician. And he's like, come on. He's like, he had Betty Town Blues on there. Come on, everyone knows that. Oh, fuck.
I can imagine that's how you felt. And, that's how I'd feel if you did that for me, but about, like, worldwide coasters and shit.
Yeah, exactly. I like, y'all are...
It's a Schwarzkopf. That's Schwarzkopf. You know that.
Come on. Third longest steel coast in the United States. It's super easy. Come on. Yeah, I know you know that.
I occasionally feel useless on our group chats when it comes to that stuff. So, how you are feeling, Niko.
Where Brian and I are just like, oh, Correct. Did you hear about this? And then we go down a rant hole.
Yeah,
and
you've never been on an RMC?
Even Mike knows a lot more than me.
I can't wait to go on the next Rocky Mountain coaster when we go to Cedar Point. I hear it's supposed to be really good, and the guy who designed it.
Well, I say in a year we try this again and see if you've. Yes. I'm sure you'll know. You'll have gone to the event for like an entire year too. Not just one night.
I will know more, but I will still not be good enough to be on HHN trivia.
I don't know if I want to be on HHN trivia, to be honest.
Y'all write some damn good questions for that. Like, it's pretty much Google proof.
Yeah, I don't know Google proof.
Y'all do that,
but we try to make it tough. Like you won't be able to. It'll be tough to Google in the like 5 to 10 seconds that you have.
You have. Yes,
Very tough.
Yes.
I'm gonna get so much shit on Twitter for this.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
No,
It's literally your shtick. People tune in for this.
I could just like see people when they're driving down the interstate, just like, come on, he knows it. He's got to know this. He's got to know it. Come on.
It's fucking Sausage Steam, Niko. Come on.
Even I know that.
He doesn't shut up about it.
But like, you've listened to other podcasts where it's like, did we talk about this? Oh, I don't know if I talked about this. And you're like screaming at your car going, yes, they did talk about it in this episode.
I just listened to that episode.
Yeah.
I listen to make sure that it sounds good. I don't necessarily listen for the content.
Well, something tells me you'll be paying a little more attention.
Yeah. I'm not saying that I zone out. I am saying, though, that I am concentrating on making sure that other things are getting taken care of. And since this is all still new to me, it's hard to get all the things together.
You don't understand the references, so I'm sure they just kind of slip right past you. If you're not
exactly.
Fully invested in the conversation.
Where I'm like, DTD, like there. And yeah, this was fun. This was a gay old time. I enjoyed this.
Fun. I hope you had fun.
Yeah, it was great, especially when you got really frustrated. So that was. I'm sure everyone enjoyed that. Because I did.
Yeah. Y'all really know how to push my buttons after all these years.
Do we? Never noticed.
Oh yeah, we're coming up on what, 9 years?
Jesus Christ, yeah.
9 years in like August.
August for us. 9 years next month for Mike and I.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's right. Damn.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
All right. Well, that just about wraps it up for this show. I hope you guys liked it. We enjoyed it.
Yeah,
we'll
great.
be back. Yeah, we'll be back next week. If, as always, if you want to leave us a voicemail, you can at 407-906-3405. And we'll see you in the streets.